Yo, what's up, Strike Nation? It's Strike here. I can't. Sorry, so someone told me to say that. But yeah, it's Strike, guys, and I've been playing with a lot of my friends, subscribers, people I've known for a long time, and I realized something. They're all silver. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm not saying it's a good thing, because obviously there's always room for improvement. So today, on my channel, I am going to be making my very own guide to global. Obviously, I'm not global. This is a Smurf account. I was just on it, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll just do it. Don't really care about switching accounts. But yeah, on my main, I'm currently MG2, and I went from Gold Nova 3 to MG2 in like 3 days. I just straight up grinded, just kept going, and I'm feeling by the end of this week I should be LEM around that rank because I took tips from a good friend of mine. Yeah, he's been in videos. His name is Blondie, and yeah. So the first thing that I want to start out with is most thing that people are missing is a good crosshair. Crosshairs can mean a lot when you're playing because I just feel like certain crosshairs are better because if you have a crosshair, that takes up your whole screen. Yeah, some people like that, but some people they don't. Which the base crosshair, in my opinion, is just horrible because it's just ugly. So, to get a new crosshair, as simple as this, go over here to your workshop and type in crosshair, just like that, and you're going to want to download Crash's Crosshair Generator. He updates it a lot. It's my favorite. So, I'm just going to go in here and show you guys what to expect. So, alright guys, so we're back, and basically what's going to happen is you're going to spawn in, it's going to look like this. Basically, these are all the pros. You got Virtus Pro, Fnatic, I don't know half the other teams. But, so basically you just want to go over here. My crosshair is, I did Skadoodles, I made it red because if you look here at all the different shades, red really sticks out the most, especially like on the old Dust 2. And like I can like change the maps here, like there's Mirage, as you see, it sticks out pretty well. Nuke sticks out pretty well. Train sticks out pretty well. I just feel like this red color sticks out, so like your crosshair won't blend in with walls or anything. You'll be like, oh, I don't know where my crosshair is, you know. And so then what I would do is I'd go basically when you select crosshair, I'd go red, and I go over here to size, and I prefer mine to be small and not very thick, and then I give myself a decent gap, put some outline on it, and then I'll go over here to this. Basically, this is what a crosshair should look like. Something like this, in my opinion, is a good crosshair. And then they have this where it's like, when you move, it does that. I hate that. Now, what I prefer is this, to when you shoot, it goes like that. So if you're on like the M4 and you see your crosshairs getting huge, you know that you can stop and control your recoil better. So let me just go over here and try to get my crosshair back. So the way that I like my crosshair is I'll go over here, and what I'll do is I'll wait for them to spawn. It takes a second. And then I want my crosshair gap to be able to fit their head in there. So I know when there's something in that gap, I can shoot. So as you can see, it like almost perfectly fits their head. Just like that. So in my opinion, this is a good crosshair for me. Yeah, I know, I'm bad, alright? Let's not talk about it. So now what I'm going to come over here is loading crosshair. Don't worry about that. Just press continue. Save it. I save it twice just to be safe. And so yeah, in my opinion, this is a good crosshair for me. I know when I need to stop spraying and get my recoil back. And on the Deagle, or I have the revolver. I wonder if I can change to the Deagle. Whatever. We won't worry about it. But yeah, so this is the first step, and I feel like getting better is to get a better crosshair. Now for my second step, after I got my new crosshair, what I would want to do is test it out. So what I'd recommend you guys do, I don't really know if any of you guys have heard about this or anything, is if you click play and go down here, they have a weapons course. Basically, the weapons course is kind of like a miniature tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the first half, and I'm going to get to the part where you basically run through and try to kill people in fast time. They're not real people. It's just like cardboard cutouts of terrorists, and you try to kill them. So I'm just going to go ahead fast forward to that, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, we are now at the part that I was getting to. So one of the most important things that some people don't really do that could really help improve your not only accuracy but how you play is your crosshair placement. So most people that I see when they play their crosshairs about here. You want it to be at head or neck level. That way when you're turning a corner and you see somebody, you shoot their head. Because if I'm looking down like this and I peek this corner, I gotta flick up to get his head when they're already looking at your head. So you're gonna be dead by the time that you get to their head. So crosshair placement is a very important thing. So basically, as I'm doing this training course, you should see that where my crosshair placement is, how I shoot angles, and basically how I'm not just spraying and I'm like tapping instead. So. So basically, the second step in getting better would be your crosshair placement, and yeah, basically that. So when you turn around the corner, your crosshair should always be at like this level, So it's basically always going to be a headshot. So yeah, let's move on to the third step now. So now the third step is going to be we're going to learn spray control, when to spray, when to tap, how to get more accurate with your headshots and stuff like that. So for this, you're going to need to download a map called Aimbot. So you're going to go over here to the workshop, and you can just go ahead and type in Aimbots with a Z. Oh, and I already have it, but it'll pop up here, and it'll look like this, and it's by Mr. Uletical. So let's go ahead and download that, and I'll see you guys there. So now the main reason that I like this map is because the amount of options that they have that you can do and the amount of things that you can do. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a gun. So let's go with AK and Deagle. Alright, so now easy thing to practice is just, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do that, and it'll get rid of this barrier so you can now walk around. But for this, we're going to need some boxes, crates, and let's get some peek and spray walls. So now, one thing that you want to practice earlier, like I said, it's always good to have crosshair placement. So if I'm running around like that and I see somebody, oh, their head's right there. I don't have to go, oh, I see him, and then you move your crosshair up. So that's also another thing is your sensitivity. If you have high sensitivity and you're shooting someone and you're trying to get a headshot, you might like accidentally like move your mouse a lot. So I'd recommend that you have low sensitivity, not like really low, but my sensitivity is around like 2.0 with, I don't really know how much DPI, but basically you want it to barely be able to complete a 360 when your mouse crosses your entire mouse pad. I don't really know how big your mouse pad is, but I have like a regular size. So yeah, so basically your crosshair placement is very important. Makes everything a lot easier to get kills and headshots. And yeah, so next we're going to go over peeking. So basically, some people call this jiggle peeking, jitter peeking, shoulder peeking. It's basically when you just do something like this, and then you try to pick them off, which to them, they basically just see kind of your shoulder and a little bit of your head, and it gives you an advantage when peeking them, because yeah, you have an advantage. I couldn't really tell you why. I just know that I improved a lot when I started doing that. So the next thing that we're going to go over now is we're going to go over spraying and stuff like that. So if you just go over here to a wall and just hold down your left mouse and you let it go. Here, we'll start from down here. You see that it kind of goes up and to the right. So the opposite up and to the right would be to go down and left. So when you're spraying, just try to slowly pull your crosshair down and left. So if we go over here and grab the M4, I like the A4, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we just do the same thing. It kind of goes up and then it goes left, right. So we'd go down, then go right, left. So down, right, left. Down, right, left. Down, right, left. Obviously that guy's a little bit far away, but for like this guy right here. So, like I just said, that guy's a little bit far away. So in situations like that, you wouldn't spray, you'd kind of tap like this. Or if you're extremely confident, you can just go for the one tap, which on the M4 you can't do, but on AK you can. So when they're about I'd say the maximum distance you want to be when spraying is about this far, because then you still have somewhat control. But if they're all the way over here and you try spraying, you're not going to hit much. But if you just tap like this, you're going to hit a lot more and kill a lot more. So another thing is when you're in a competitive game and you're warming up, everybody likes to buy ops and stuff in the warm up. I'd recommend you buy what pistol you're going to use in that round. That way you can get warmed up. So if we're on T side, I'd buy a Glock and just practice, warming up my Glock. So these are most of the tips that I learned when I got out of, let's see, I think the lowest rank I ever was Gold Nova 2. And I think I went from like Gold Nova 2 to like MG that like week just off of these tips. So first thing is always your crosshair sensitivity, when to spray, when not to spray, and yeah. So another thing that some people don't know is, we're gonna go back to the deagle here, is that earlier, if you remember with my crosshair, I said I like my crosshair like that, so when I know to reset my my recoil. So if I go like that, you see how my recoil is going crazy, I'm not hitting anything. An easy tip to remember if you don't get a crosshair like mine is to just shoot and then switch to your knife and switch back, because that'll reset your recoil. Or if you just, I think it's like you count to like 2 or something like that, it'll reset your recoil. So when you're going for 1 digs, or any pistol that would have a recoil like this, or any gun for that instance, if you're not spraying, just try to reset your recoil. So yeah, guys, I think that's going to be the end of the video. That's about all I really wanted to teach today. I will probably be making another one of these within the next few days when I figure out more things that I was taught to get better at the game. And if there's anything that you want me to put in the video that you think that I missed, just go ahead and leave that in the comments below. And yeah, I really did enjoy making this video for you guys, and hopefully I can play with you guys sometime when you guys aren't silver. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I'm MG2 and I can't really play with you guys. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. This is going to be your hashtag strike gaming here, and peace out.